Hello, my lovely. You are so very much welcome. And if today is your first time stopping by, I do hope you consider to join the family by subscribing. Today, I am sharing with you these two irresistible gizzard recipes, guaranteed to put a smile on anybody's face. So stick with me until the end so you don't miss anything. In order to get rid of that rawness, not only have I washed the gizzard, but I'm going to soak it in lime juice or lemon juice for about 2 minutes. And look, it cleans it up almost instantly. Go ahead and rinse it off and you have yourself a clean, refreshed gizzards to cook with. Alongside the gizzard, I have some fresh produce here, some herbs and spices which would all be introduced to you during the cooking process. Gizzard can taste quite bland if it is not well seasoned. So because of that, I will be going for both aromatics, herbs and spices to make sure that it tastes really good. So that was ginger, garlic and the whiter part of spring onions. This is white onions as well as some green chilies. And I'm going to blend everything together and then we will layer it with awesome flavors just to make sure that it comes out really nice and flavorful. For seasoning, we are going for smoked paprika, chicken seasoning, thyme, basil and some salt to taste. And instead of thyme, you may use fennel seeds or even rosemary. It's always great together. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stir it and cover it to cook. And I have intentionally used only small amount of water to cook this with. This is because the gizzard will release lots of water by itself. What we are going to do with the onions and the red peppers that I'm preparing right now is going to give us that nice base for our sauce. So I'll go ahead and grill it in the oven. When it comes back, the aroma itself will tell you that you are on the right path. So smoky. It doesn't take long at all for this to grill. So do keep an eye, and we are including all the dark spots. Yes, we're including all these to give that smoky, nice, rich flavor. And so in addition to our homemade smoked paprika, I've just added some Scotch bonnet and a little bit of green peppers. And I'm going to give these a blend into a nice, smooth paste. Okay, so once that is done, I'll go ahead and blend a little bit of tomatoes as well. How nice your gizzards are mostly depends on how tasty the sauce is. So let's make this to meet the standard. And I have just dropped a little bit of coconut oil as well, not too much, just a little bit, about half teaspoon, to give it that nice contrast. Okay, so you want to fry your onions until it is soft. It's soft enough to have released all its goodness into the oil. Then we will add our smoked paprika blend, and this will be your secret ingredient. Add some shrimp powder right from the beginning to cook with the pepper blend, and nobody could tell you added shrimp powder to this because you cannot perceive it is in there, but it is going to make your sauce taste so nice. It has cooked down completely now, so I'll go ahead and add the tomatoes. We will come back and season our stew beautifully, but for now let's go and check on our gizzard. And as you would agree, there is nothing more frustrating than a tough, chewy gizzard. So we are going to make sure we cook this to perfection, not too soft and definitely not tough. After a while, the stock has been drastically reduced, meaning that it is so very much rich in flavors, and that will ensure the gizzard tastes amazing too. Take one and check. This right here, it is ready to go. But a word of caution here, try not to finish everything off. Since we'll be making this in two different ways, I'll go ahead and separate it into two. And now that the stock is ready, I'm going to go ahead and scoop a little bit in our stew to give it that flavors that we packed the gizzard with earlier on. And for seasoning, we will be going for curry powder, seasoning cube, thyme, as well as freshly grated nutmeg. The whole ones are definitely fragranced than the powdered ones. Okay, so after this, I'll be tasting for salt and adjust accordingly. For the remaining of my ingredients, this is Suya powder and some chili flakes, as well as liquid Maggi seasoning, which is an optional ingredient. I am just about to finish prepping up these veggies for later use. You would want to soak your skewers in cold water for a bit before it goes in the oven, just so to prevent it from burning. Okay, so I'll go ahead and finish putting these on the sticks, and 9 out of 10 I make sure meat is the last thing that goes on instead of pepper or onions. But then I don't know about you, but for me, I would love to bite into meat first before veggie. All right, everything is now done beautifully. So I'll go ahead and scoop our delicious sauce onto a plate and then dab the gizzard onto it. Feel free to do it anyhow you prefer. Okay, so I'll do most of it off camera and put everything together. And if these are calling out to you, do register down below and I'll put some in the post for you. Anyway, do well to let me know in the comment section which of the methods you would rather prefer. Okay, so after we do everything, do well to leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. And whilst you're at it, please leave a like on the page. We are not even done with it yet. But look at this. Is this looking nice or just beautiful? Yes, so everything is done now. And I will be adding chili flakes onto it. This is optional. If your sauce is spicy enough, then you might not need this additional chilies. Anyway, I'm going to sprinkle it on one side. I want it hot and spicy. Next, we will be adding the suya powder. And if you haven't tried this method before, the next time you make kebabs, be sure to give it a go. Just simply sift it onto the kebabs and you will discover how quick and easy it is. So I'll just turn the other side and do the same, and it is ready to go in the oven. Okay, so this is what I do just to make sure that it fits in the oven perfectly, and we will be going in the oven after about 6 minutes with some oil to help keep the top nice and moist. Go ahead and brush the top lightly. It will help to give it a nice color as well. The oil also helps to produce some sort of smoke, especially if it drips on the tray. resulting in a more smoky flavor. After about 10 minutes, our kebabs are ready. Take a look at this. It looks so appetizing. So now that we've finished with the first method, we will move on to the second recipe. The first thing we are going to do is to fry the gizzard. Okay, just enough to turn it into nice and golden. You do not want to over fry this or it would become so tough, and that's exactly what we are trying to avoid. So keep stirring and in no time at all it will be ready. And what do you normally pair your gizzard with? For me, it is fried yams all the way. But I had to cook jollof rice for the kids. Hey, jollof rice and children. It is a wonder. It simply baffles me. Everything has been fried now, so I have just transferred it onto a pan, and to that go ahead and add some of this delicious sauce that we just made and give it a stir. And no, we are not stopping here. We are still going to be adding few bits here and there to take it to the next level. Continue to stir and fry on a low to medium heat. We want the stew and the gizzard to cook together for a while so that it can absorb all these nice flavors. So leave it on and keep stirring. And I am telling you, lovely, once you try these recipes, they are definitely going to be your favorite. So be sure to give it a go. That was black pepper I added and bay leaf, and now I am drizzling a little bit of the Maggi liquid seasoning. It is optional, but it definitely adds another layer of flavor to your gizzard. Let it stay on for a bit until your sauce has really thickened up nicely. Then you know your gizzard is ready. So I'm going to go ahead and add the mixed peppers with the onions for some crunch, and from here I'm going to turn the fire on slightly to medium just so that the veggies do not become too soft. Only cook it for a bit because your gizzard is almost ready to be served. But then just before I turn the fire off, I'm going to garnish it with some spring onions green for more color, for more flavor, and definitely for more taste. And have you subscribed yet, my darling? Please go ahead and do so with your notification bell on to receive all future uploads. And now you know what time it is. If you hurry, you might just catch me. Yes, so go ahead and serve this to your family, friends, or guests, and you will surely make their day. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end. I hope to see you again in my next video. Until then, take care and stay safe. Bye bye.